Giannis gave an interview saying he won't hesitate to leave the Bucks. But Bucks fans have heard that before. This article is consistent with what he's always said. Long as he sees the organization trying to win, everyone around him's putting in the effort, he's happy to stay. Except that is false. Giannis's threat is different this time. His days in Milwaukee are ending. I'll explain why, but where does Giannis go next? Let's just say a few teams will be very happy to hear this. So Giannis is up for a max extension, but he won't sign it, which makes sense, he can get more money later. But then he said this: winning a championship comes first, over staying with one team my whole career. I don't want to be 20 years on the same team and don't win another championship. So it is more than trying to win. He needs another ring. The reason is what happened in 2020 when Giannis almost quit the NBA. He had just signed a $250 million contract, but it didn't make him happy. That shocked him so much, Giannis told the Bucks he didn't want to play basketball anymore. But they asked him to first see a sports psychologist, where he learned the only thing that really matters to him is family. During his rookie year, he missed his family so much, Giannis threatened to move back to Greece if they didn't come to America. I remember my mom was crying after I got drafted, and when I came here, it wasn't the same. It was the first time I felt lonely in my life. I could have walked away in 2020. I care about joy and happiness. I care about my kids. So what does this have to do with winning? Well, the one time basketball actually did make him happy was when he won the chip. So it makes no sense to keep playing if that's not a possibility. So are the Bucks a contender? Well, the last 5 years, they have had the best record in the NBA. In 3 of those years, they've been the #1 seed. But in the playoffs, things break down. They only have 1 championship for all that regular season success. And if you ask Giannis' own teammate, it might have been a fluke.
Kyrie did a tweet or an Instagram post or something recently where he was talking about that they should have won the 2021 championship, right? And I have some feedback. It's a rebuttal for Kyrie. Y'all probably would have won that motherfucker.
Okay, maybe that is just Jeff Teague being funny, but if he's wrong, then why have they failed since then? Well, last year, Chris Middleton got injured. They lost to Boston in 7. So that's a good excuse for not repeating as champs. But this year, they lost to the 8 seed Miami Heat. I know Giannis was banged up, but you'd expect it to go more than 5 games. Jimmy Butler went off for 38 a night with Jrue Holiday guarding him. Is there a chance Jrue is slowing down at 33 years old? Actually, the Bucks were the oldest team in the NBA last year. Giannis needs new teammates, but that is almost impossible. Milwaukee brought back 32-year-old Chris Middleton, 35-year-old Brook Lopez. Everyone's contract aligns with Giannis except Jrue. And Jrue actually said he's retiring at the end of this contract. Not enough people mention that. His money comes off the books, so when Giannis becomes a free agent, they'll have a ton of cap space to build around him. The problem? Cap space ain't what it used to be. Free agency has been disappointing lately. Last year, the only all-star to change teams was Fred VanVleet. The Rockets had the most cap space and got Fred, Dylan Brooks, and Jeff Green. Amazing. These days, stars don't even reach free agency. They ask for the big money now, then ask for a trade later. Back in 2019, 7 former All-Stars changed teams as free agents. Since then, it's dried up. In 2020, it was washed up Gordon Hayward and Marc Gasol. In 2021, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan on sign-in trades, and Kemba Walker. 2022, just John Wall. Cap space means so little in today's NBA. So if that's the Bucks' plan, it ain't gonna work. Of course, plan B is a big trade. What can the Bucks do there? Nothing. They have no great young players to trade. All the core is old and not worth a ton, and they have access to 1 first-round pick. Even if a star or great role player becomes available, the Bucks have no chance at landing them. So Giannis will look for another team very soon. But that's okay. He has given so much to this team, and fans will always remember this era. Won their first chip in 50 years, and he's being honest about leaving the team, which is a lot more than most superstars. But where will Giannis go? Well, we can narrow it down to just a handful of teams, because let's be honest, he ain't a perfect fit everywhere. The giant flaw for Giannis is shooting. It's what James Harden meant by calling him not skilled on offense. Obviously that's BS, but Harden is right about the jump shot. The last 5 years, Giannis has been awful. He's always good at the rim, but last year, near career lows in the mid-range and three-pointers. That means he needs a specific roster to win. Against Miami, the Bucks offense was so easy to stop. They dump it to Giannis in the paint and just watch him try to score. Here, Giannis dribbles the air out of the ball and bricks a fadeaway. You're not Kobe Bryant. All they have to do is guard Giannis one-on-one and stick to shooters. No one else can get their own half-court shot. Now imagine if the Bucks season ends in failure again. Giannis can make his big decision on June 1st next year, but if he refuses to sign after another bad playoffs, it is panic mode for the Bucks. They're under so much pressure to contend this year. First-year coach Adrian Griffin has to win immediately, but if firing Coach Budenholzer was a mistake, it could mean Giannis is out the door. But how much better will they be this year? Their big two signings were bringing back Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez. Not exactly a huge offseason. If this backfires, Giannis will be the #1 target for every team in the NBA. But where would Giannis make sense? The Cavaliers actually would be in a great position with young players and a ton of picks. They have the flexibility to build around Giannis, with Darius Garland running point. I don't see a path for the Warriors or the Mavericks. It would be awesome to see Giannis with either Steph Curry or Luka Doncic, but neither team has picks to trade and they have very little cap space. If the Miami Heat don't land Damian Lillard, I think they are a legit threat, but the #1 destination is the New York Knicks. The roster is wide open to bring in Giannis' salary. They have every pick to make a trade. Giannis could team up with Jalen Brunson and have money left over to bring in elite role players. Like Giannis Antetokoumpo, Giannis' brother, revealed he was close to leaving the Bucks for the Knicks already. He said, obviously, Giannis is my brother, and obviously I love Milwaukee, but at the same time, I want to play. You always want to play and feel important, which he's not on the Bucks. Maybe the Knicks are already planning to land the Greek Freak. But another big man making waves is Joel Embiid. We know James Harden demanded a trade in Philly, but now Embiid is causing problems for the Sixers. Check it out.